Do you want to think like a rich person? And I mean really rich. I'm here to tell you that wealth is a state of mind. Wealth is a state of being. Wealth is more of an emotion than anything else. If you have $1 billion in the bank, but you feel miserable, how rich are you? What do I mean by this? Many people, they think in a poor way. Their thoughts are poor. Their emotions are poor. Now, do you know what the meaning of poverty means? Do you know what being poor means? It actually means improductivity, not producing anything. And what do I mean by not producing anything? I mean that thinking poor thoughts don't allow thoughts to produce anything out of that. They're not fertile. They don't give anything to you. They don't give you anything. It's a low level of consciousness. When you think poor thoughts, thoughts of I'm gonna get into what poor thoughts are and poor emotions are in a second. But rich thoughts are thoughts that give you energy. They create more and more energy. They are thoughts that hold a higher level of excitement. They hold a higher level of magic. Okay. They are thoughts that actually make you more excited and they give you more energy. Poor thoughts, poor emotions are all of those thoughts and emotions that take your energy away. Now, wealth is a state of being. And if I learn to operate from the state of being of wealth, I become wealthy. All of the results in my life become wealthy. Now, the first thing to think about is this. Poor thoughts. What are poor thoughts? Poor thoughts are thoughts that take your energy away. Thoughts of lack. I don't have enough. There's not enough for me. There's not enough for everybody. I live in a finite system, monetary system, where there's not enough for everybody and that somebody has to lose. Am I really capable? I'm not capable enough. I can't afford that. I can't do this. This is impossible. This is never going to happen for me. All of these thoughts and emotions, they are a lower level of operation. They're not gonna give you energy for you to create things, let alone for you to experience life in a rich way. Because before the money, you need to be able to experience things in a rich way, in a wealthy way. Are your thoughts rich? Are your emotions rich? What does So I gave you what poor thoughts and emotions are, right? Now, rich emotions and rich thoughts, what are those? Rich thoughts and rich emotions are compatible to your ability to perceive value. Value in life is full of value. It's filled with value. There's value everywhere. What is value? What is value? Everything that you see around you is valuable because you are inside of a journey, a dream, your life, whatever you want to call it, that is filled with possibilities, filled with possibilities, filled with opportunities, filled with resources, filled with information, everything. And you need to be able to perceive value in things, because if you can't see the value in life and the infinite value of everything that is around you, starting with your body, your mind, your story, your capacity to think, your capacity to look at the world and recognize patterns in society of what people need, how people operate, your capacity to enjoy things and to sense them and to learn and to give. There's infinite, incalculable amounts of value in life. Now, Einstein said there's two ways to go through life, right? I think we all know this quote, very famous Einstein quote. Two ways to go through life. You can go through life as if miracles didn't exist, or you can go through life as if everything was a miracle. Now, which person do you prefer to be? Because wealthy people, if they're really wealthy on all dimensions, not just materially, materialistically, financially, you need to be rich and wealthy in all dimensions, because you don't want to have $1 million but feel miserable. Your emotions are poor. Your spirit is poor. You're ignoring 360 degrees of wealth and abundance that is available to you at all times. You're ignoring, you're incapable of enjoying the miracle and, feeling the richness of life, okay? So your ability to perceive value is the most important thing. When you perceive all the value that surrounds you and you realize that you are completely surrounded by value, you start seeing that you are abundant because you start tapping into more of the possibilities around you. You don't feel the lack because you actually understand now what value is. Because people only think of, you tell them the concept of value, but they don't understand. They think it's money. Value is something you can't touch, okay? And we're full of it. We have infinite amounts of it. When you start realizing value, you start realizing your value, your worth, the things that you could offer, the different ways and possibilities that you could start something or be involved with something that's going to give you wealth. You start looking at people and you start thinking more about how you can help or what they need, or different ways to serve people. You grab a glass of water and now your experience with that water is different. You feel rich because you're drinking that water. You see the cup as half full. Your entire experience changes. Your entire life changes. What do you think happens then? Do you become a different person? Yes, you do. Because everything you look at, you have a richer perception. The resources are everywhere. Now, can you see them? Is your perception rich? Can you see the potential? Can you feel the potential? Can you embody the potential you have? If you can think rich, see rich, experience rich, feel rich, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you because now you can see the value. You can take the value, you can generate value, you can think of ways to provide value. And one of the mediums for exchanging, for value exchange, is money. So when you provide value, people pay you for it. But wealth is interesting because wealth happens in all these different dimensions. You don't want to feel miserable. You want to feel rich just by existing. You want to think rich. You don't want to drink a cup of coffee and not be able to enjoy it and not be able to experience it richly. You understand? You need to be a rich person from the inside first. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're always complaining and feeling like you don't have things, you're very poor existentially and experientially. You can't, if your mind is not in the right place, then you can't experience any of the wealth that you've created anyways. And we're full of examples of that. Many families, they have everything, but you can't enjoy it. You can experience it, right? Feeling rich is your ability to enjoy things truly, to be in a state of delight. Being in a state of delight. When you live in delight, when you live in a state of enjoyment, that's how you serve reality, okay? That's how you act like, and you think and you feel like a rich person. A rich person is free. You can't feel like a slave and try to think about value and money and all these things. You need to feel like a king, an abundant king with, even if you had nothing, your ability to enjoy existence and to enjoy the richness of existence now, right now, just by staying here and by breathing and feeling like a king or a queen. That's your true essence. People that are wealthy, they have discovered ways to serve, discovered creative ways to serve, or it doesn't even have to be creative, but they found ways to provide value, or they detected possibilities and opportunities that people don't see. They've taken steps that people were not brave enough to take because they're not in that state of mind, that state of being. They're not excited. They're not in that safe enjoyment zone of feeling rich, feeling like they're destined for the wealth, feeling like they're destined for the riches, feeling like they live in an abundant world, living in an abundant life anyways. You know, being excited with the open landscape available to them. If that's your mindset, of course things are going to happen to you. Life is all about getting out of your own way anyways. You see how thoughts are important. You see how feelings are important. You see how you become surrounded by this golden aura. Your energy is rich, my friend. Abandon the poor energy, okay? Model the energy, the state of being of rich people, not just rich financially. Pick somebody that is rich emotionally, mentally rich, existentially. They feel like they live, they're extracting the potential out of life, out of existence. These people are the ones who get excited and the ones that can see the value in life and can provide the value and receive value in exchange. Everything is available to you. All you need to do is select what you want, find out, uncover your limitless identity, to think, to be able to think and feel all these things that I'm talking about. Can somebody stop you if you're in that position? Can anybody say, no, not for you? Life doesn't work like that. Nobody's going to stop you. You're the only one who can stop yourself. Become rich in all dimensions, okay? Become rich in all dimensions. Become destined for riches, and you will be, okay? It's in your hands. The potential is everywhere. You're filled with potential around you, filled with riches around you. Opportunity is everywhere. But can you see it? Can you embody it? Can you be the person who's going to go and take those opportunities and that potential and that wealth? God bless you.